and those who are great exercise authority over them. Yet it shall not be so among you. But whoever desires to become great among you, let him be your servant. And whoever desires to be first among you, let him be your slave, just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life a ransom for many. And this reference is found at Matthew 20:25 through 28. So basically, Jesus Christ led the way. He gave up all the power of the universe to come live as a humble carpenter and teacher, which is there's a reference at Philippians 2:5 through 8. Now, he never took advantage of others, but freely let everyone take advantage of what he had to offer. He looked out for the poor, the hungry, the sick, and the disabled. He took the role of a slave and washed his disciples' feet, and took the role of a martyr willing to die in our place. And there are references at John 13:12 through 15, as well as Romans 5:6 through 8. So this is certainly not to say that God's government will not exercise power when necessary to prevent people from harming each other. But the difference will be that all decisions will be based on just laws that are for the real benefit of those governed. Now, love is the underlying foundation of all of God's laws. And these good and fair laws will be administered by perfect leaders and judges who have learned to apply justice with mercy. Now, in the human realm, even the best leaders, are too often stymied and bogged down by red tape, corrupt bureaucracies, and humanly insolvable problems. And sadly, too many of them also get trapped in the web of corruption and scandal, and we see that today. Or do we see it? So God has been working with people today to form in them his own righteous character so that he can make them incorruptible in every way at Christ's return. Now, those who have been faithful, some even to death as martyrs, will be changed or raised incorruptible with godly power and immortality. And there's a reference at 1 Corinthians 15, verses 50 through 53. And it says this: however, this I say, brothers, that flesh and blood cannot inherit God's kingdom, neither does corruption inherit incorruption. Look, I tell you a sacred secret. We shall not fall asleep in death, but we shall all be changed in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, during the last trumpet. For the trumpet will sound, and the dead will be raised up incorruptible, and we shall be changed. For this which is corruptible must put on incorruption, and this which is mortal must be put on immortality. Christ promised his people, this: to him who overcomes, I will grant to sit with me on my throne, as I also overcame and sat down with my Father on his throne. Found at Revelations 3:21. They will assist him in fairly, mercifully, and effectively serving those who survive the catastrophic things of the end of man's age of rulership. With the power and love of the Creator behind them, these resurrected servants of God will be able to clean up the corruption and cut through the Gordian knots that had humanity in a stronghold. So the next question is, who will rule with Christ in his kingdom? The Bible actually mentions a few people with their specific job assignments in God's future government. For example, in Ezekiel chapter 34, God compared his nation of Israel to a flock of sheep. So this also includes both the people of Judea and the northern 10 tribes that had previously gone in captivity and became lost in history. Now, during this time of man's